Here we are back at Nickel Saddlery. The decision has been made that we're going to be going with the Western type saddle. As you can see, the Western type is here. Underneath that Western saddle, as we discussed before, we're going to be fitting it with the tree, making it a flexation. So Dana, what are we going to be adding on to this flexation type of the tree that's going to make it rideable?
We're going to keep the weight down as much as possible by using lightweight leathers where we can get away with it, and using heavyweight leathers where we need it. In other words, for the stirrup leathers and the rigging, they're going to be pretty heavy duty. But the rest of the saddle we're going to keep down to a lightweight leather. And then on the underside we're going to use this material here, which is similar to what is exactly what's in the Sensation saddles, but we're going to use it in a different way on the underside of the flexation tree. That
black is going to go under the flexation?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's going to be sitting right on the horse?
No, it's going to sit on the saddle pad.
On the saddle pad, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Green rider here. Okay. And after that, I notice you're holding a couple other components in your hand. What are those based for?
This is an example of the two items that we're going to use inside the saddle pad. So in this saddle pad there's an opening.
Okay.
And the type of foam that's in here is usually just fine for most riders, but in this case we do have a horse with a short back and a larger rider and a green rider at that. So we're going to try and protect the horse's back as much as possible. So we're going to remove this foam that's in here. We're going to replace it with a foam that's a little bit more firm. And we're going to also marry it with a 1/4-inch hospital felt, which is going to help to buffer that foam from collapsing.
Okay, now that's a pretty special foam. Explain a couple of the unique features that foam has versus conventional foam.
Well, most people are familiar with a slow recovery type foam, which is used in a lot of saddle pads. Slow recovery foam is excellent, and it does have a really good shock absorbing ability, but in the cold it's quite hard, and in the heat it's quite soft, so it's not stable. This is a very stable foam.
Okay.
It has an open cell structure. You can blow right through it, and the cells are a lot less tight than with slow recovery foam as well, so it is more breathable than that.
Okay, and what does the felt do on top of that?
The felt just creates almost like a skin on top of the foam, and it buffers for any pressure that's pushed down from, they'll be on the tree side, and it will buffer onto the horse's back. This will be on the horse side. Okay,
now you're mentioning earlier with this particular pad here, you're talking about breathability. Now I noticed this black foam here is fairly thick. Is that going to allow the horse to breathe still and sweat to roll out, or how is that going to work?
Well, one of the things that we do believe in here in the way we construct our saddles is having every single layer as breathable as possible. The only part of this setup that isn't breathable is the actual tree. So we're starting with the underside of the saddle pad. That is an open material. We are using an open cell foam in the saddle pad itself. We move into the underside of the saddle, which is going to have this on the bottom of the saddle, and this is actually a needled material.
Okay.
So that means that all three layers are used together and laminated together with needling.
Not glue or anything?
Not glue. There's no glue, and this creates a bunch of holes inside here, which allows air and moisture to pass through.
Okay.
So it's kind of unique, and we have it made for us for our saddle pads, our saddles for the panels and our girths.
Okay. Now under that, or over top of that, is what we call the Western flexation, as you can see the saddle here. Now the colors chosen, you can see, is black to start with. However, we're adding this custom orange leather, as you can see right here. So these flexation or sensation comes in basically any color you want, is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
We've made all kinds of colors.
Okay, purple, pink, green.
That's right.
Doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so this particular saddle, what's going to happen with this saddle when it's all said and done? What's it going to be the finished product?
Well, what we decided on is this is a lightweight leather.
Okay.
Being that it's a lightweight leather, it can only go onto certain parts.
Right.
We are going to use it for the seat. We're going to use it for the trim around the edge of the saddle.
Okay.
We're going to put a little bit of highlight orange on the top of the swell.
Okay.
And we're going to use it on the edge of the front of the saddle as well.
Okay.
And that's going to give you a nice little bit of color without overwhelming the whole saddle.
Okay. And the back of the saddle is going to be treated as well, I understand?
That's right. There's going to be a patch here, and this patch will be orange as well.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, we'll see you on trail.